must try to ignore that it means more than that. Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Amazing.
Hi guys, what's going on? I already know you guys are gonna be like, what's with the new setup? Where are we at? Where is Mags? All great questions. So Mags hasn't been feeling great, so not participating in today's episode. And I was like, babe, I can phone you in, just lay down. Today we're gonna be showcasing Maple Branch Brewery, which is out in the Foundry District in Fort Worth, Texas. If you don't know where that's at, it's actually very close to the 7th Street and actually literally right behind Montgomery Plaza, which is where my favorite Target is. I used to never shop at Target until Mags and I, one of our first little, I would say, mini dates, we went to take photos because we both were really big into photography. And we took photos on the, gosh, I couldn't even tell you what it was called. It was like Imaginary Lane or something like that. It's pretty much just in like an alley that they had a bunch of graffiti on it. But it was really cool. It's been pretty much the same art since we've been going there. Um, but the reason why I bring this up is that we went to go take pictures there, and he didn't have an SD card on him, or it ran out of memory. I can't really remember. So we went to this Target, and I was like, man, I haven't been to a Target in like forever. Like I had not been shopping at Target. I lived in Irving. I was right by a Walmart. When I lived in Florida, I really didn't have Target very close by. It just wasn't. It just wasn't something I shopped at. And I right before I moved to Texas, I was living in Maine for 4 years. There are not really any Targets. Again, like you're gonna be shopping at Walmart likely. So I definitely went from broke to brocade shopping at Target now. But yeah, so the song I was playing was Tina Turner's song. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. I can't believe that she passed away. Very unfortunate. Great artist. I actually wanted to play that song because I remember watching a documentary on her, and she mentioned that like that was actually one of her least favorite songs she's ever made, sang, did. But that's like the one that everybody knows. So I thought I figured I would play that one. Just to give you guys a little bit of background about two of our glasses that I was going to be using for today's episode is from Funky Buddha. If you guys are following us, probably about I would say 2.5, 3, almost 3 weeks ago already. We went to Funky Buddha while we were in Florida, which is not too far from where I used to live, probably I would say 15, 20 minutes, but I had never been. And so we went, it was myself, Mags, my sister, and my brother, and my brother's girlfriend. And so she was actually able to get us into the brewery tour. Thanks, Steph, for getting us on that. That's awesome. And we met either, I can't remember if his name was Fred or Frank. He reminded me of, I have to flash a picture. This guy, I know you guys would recognize his face in movies, but it literally looked just like him. He was from Brooklyn, so it was a whole thing. So that was fun. And then we had this one random dude, Jared, on the tour with us, which is so funny because he kind of, I was like, I thought the tour was full. They only had one person on the tour. I was like, dude, seriously? Or maybe they weren't going to do the tour and then they decided to do it since it was a big group of us. But yeah, brewery itself, really cool. It's in a little shopping plaza, so I would have never even imagined that it was there. But the brewery itself was really cool. Brewery tour was awesome. It was so funny because first of all, it was actually really nice because they gave us some samples throughout the brewery tour. They showed us different types of malts, and Mags and I had just did our malt episode, so that was fun to talk about. And then he asked, "How many different types of beer are there?" And apparently he had asked people, and it's like a million, like 7, 12, 3. And my brain, I was just like, I don't know, 3. Like in my mind, I was like I couldn't tell you. I didn't even think about it. And he's like, ales and lagers, and I was like, oh my gosh, I knew that. That was dumb. I've been drinking, not a huge deal. But yeah, the tour itself, really cool. It was fun. He was very impressive how much knowledge we had. He started following us on Instagram, so really cool. But shout out to Funky Buddha. Thank you for the glassware. I actually broke my souvenir cup in my brother's truck. I felt really bad. Hopefully the glass was only in the door and not actually in his truck because he just got it. But all right, let's get into it. So Maple Branch, again, Maple Branch Brewery is pretty much right behind Target in Fort Worth, Texas, pretty close to the Trinity Trail, right off of 7th Street, essentially. It's like off the beaten path a little bit. The brewery itself was started by another husband and wife duo, Stuart and Alyssa Maples, which, oh my god, so cute that their last name is Maples. I'm pretty sure. So the last time Mags and I went there, we usually sit at the bar top. And the last time we went, I think it was for National Pretzel Day, we had never really sat on the right hand side of the bar. And there was actually a picture of their initial like photo that they took when they opened the brewery. And I was like, man, I feel like we've probably seen those people before. And then I'm pretty sure that Alyssa was sitting next to us at the bar. She accidentally spilled her drink because it was right behind her laptop. So she went to open her laptop a little bit more and her beer fell down. So that kind of sucked. But we had some good conversations with the bartenders there. There's like two or three that we usually will see whenever we do go. The brewery itself really big. I love the decor. Anytime there's a kind of holiday, apparently the mom of Stuart will decorate. It's really cool. Oktoberfest, it looks gorgeous. Easter was really nice, how they decorated it. I'm a girl, I love that stuff, you guys. I'm sorry. But very beer garden feel with the very long wooden tables. Um, the brewery itself in the corner has all of their like their fermenters and their bright tanks in the corner, kind of tucked away. I wouldn't necessarily say they probably have a brewery tour because it is kind of tucked in the corner. They got a little merch area. They have their food truck right outside of in their outdoor space, and so they do have a little bit of outdoor space. Pizzas are bomb. The pretzel is like the size of your face. So I remember when we first started eating there, they didn't have the food truck, so they kind of had smaller things like chicken tenders and, you know, odds and ends, chips. But yeah, so really cool. They do have wine from what I remember. I've never had a glass of wine there. They give you different options of your beers. They've got a lot of fun smoked beers. And I believe one of the articles that I was actually reading, they're called Rausch beers. So actually, more recently, maybe the last time and the time before, we tried these smoky beers, and they actually weren't too bad. I mean, it's pretty subtle. It's smooth throughout. So I couldn't tell you. I'd have to look at Untapped to double check to see uh, what the name of the beer was. But apparently, the tap room itself was, an afterthought because both Alyssa and Stuart were home brewers and they won multiple awards. Very happy that they were able to withstand all of their business. A lot of businesses at that time during COVID ended up starting to have food so they could stay open during COVID, versus some bars where they don't have any food service. They really were not open. So that was really, nerve wracking. I'm really honestly glad that Maple Branch passed, stayed around. I remember the first time we went there. I loved the wood flights because they're little maple leaves. I've had two of the three beers I'm trying today to talk to you guys about. One of my favorite ones, you guys know I love wit and wheat beers. One of my favorites is Monkey Business, so I'll probably do that one last. Just looking at the list on here, Vienna Waits for You is a Billy Joel song, and I love that they have that. It's a Vienna lager. Smart. I wish I would have been able to do that one. They do have an Oktoberfest beer. Again, those Rausch beers. Island Time is a really good one. So they've got a lot of different types of beers. And just talking about events, there's always events going on. Around Oktoberfest, they have Stein holding competitions, and they actually have the Stein award sitting on the bar top so you can see it. They have Stein Day now, which Mags and I did the first go around when they had it. Really cool. Depending on how big your Stein is, they'll charge you that amount. They do have a nice water station, which is great. Make sure you stay hydrated while you're drinking. They do have trivia, different types of events. You can host baby showers there. You can host bridal showers there. You can host a bachelorette party, bachelor party, whatever. They have space for it all. And I don't believe that they actually charge for the space. So there's two little pockets where you could probably have a party. And if you were to rent out the outdoor space, I'm sure they could accommodate that. But so when you first walk in, really pretty. It's got these giant iron gates. You walk in, there's a pretty water fountain. I feel like there are usually kids. It's not necessarily something that has a playground, but just running around. There's plenty of space outside to run. Dog friendly. But yeah, so let's get into the beers. I'm gonna go ahead and open them. So they actually don't. I would consider them between a nano and a microbrewery, only because they don't they don't have cans from what I remember. I mean, I've never seen cans before. You guys, honestly, I'm pretty sure that Mags didn't want to do this episode because it's two of the three beers are my favorite types of beers. So, okay, just looking, I had to refresh my memory because we bought all of our M as in Mary or M as in May beers or M as in Maple Branch beers early in the month. We had to throw in the seltzer episode last episode because again, Mags wasn't feeling too great, so I figured, okay, let's throw in the June episode now, and I will do the Maple Branch episode today. So here we go. So let's see. I'm gonna look between these two. I already told you guys we're doing the monkey business. This one's actually the monkey business is actually a 4.6% alcohol by ABV. So these are all of the cans, or sorry, all the bottles are gonna look like this. It's got like moths, pine cones, very foresty on here. It says Maple Branch. It's a 12-ounce beer. It's got like the fun shape that you would expect from like a beer garden German European bottle. Looks like they are a part of the Independent Brewers Association, brewed in Fort Worth, Texas. So let's do Monkey Business. Monkey Business is a Hefeweizen, 4.6% ABV. I don't believe that these have any IBUs in them. Hopefully you guys can see it from here. I can smell it right away that it's a Hefeweizen, which, again, you guys know I love. So let's see. Color-wise, SRMs, she's looking pretty light, to be honest. And when I picked these up, I believe I picked up two of the Monkey Business, and so that was probably early this month. But generally, once you bottle a beer, it's got a good shelf life. But yeah, so they had just bottled these. I don't know how long they condition the beers, but depending on how long they condition them, will just give it just a better taste. So smells amazing. Monkey Business, you imagine it's going to taste like banana. Hefeweizens in general, allspice flavors, and kind of lighter in color. I would say this is kind of a straw yellow. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, let's try it out. See. I will try and rate my beers and then check what I said on Untapped. I really like this beer. It's a Hefeweizen. It's a classic Hefeweizen if I had one. Actually, it's very interesting. The mouthfeel has a lot of the spice to it. I don't really taste a lot of banana, but I smell it. As soon as I opened it, I could smell the banana. I do taste a little bit of banana, but it's really kind of nice how the middle and the finish is a lot of the spice. It's not like overpowering, but it's enough that it has a good spicy mouth feel. And I wouldn't say spicy like temperature jalapeno spicy. I would say it leaves like an herbally flavor on your tongue. I wouldn't say it's very anise flavor, but there's definitely some kind of herb flavor and mouthfeel to it. So I really like this beer. It's one of my go-tos if I'm not really sure what to order. I would probably give this a 4, knowing that I drink it so often. I really won't necessarily say that I would drive just to go get a Monkey Business to Maple Branch, but we go there pretty often. I would say we at least go there enough to kind of just sit at the bar and start at Maple Branch and maybe go to Hop Fusion after. So let's see. Monkey Business, Witbier, 587 ratings. It doesn't actually seem like a lot. I actually rated it a 4.25. And let's see who else has checked it in. My girl Carol, she rated it a 4. I like it. Go job, Carol. So some styles I mentioned: mellow, sweet, wheat, clove. Clove is what I was thinking. Couldn't think of the word. But yes, definitely a great beer to start off. I'm really happy that I did that one. So just to give you a little bit more information about the brewery itself, they had a 500 square foot tap wall, which was really cool. And looking at this article, where's this from? Fort Worth Magazine. This is back in 2019. Looks like yes, the grab and go fridge. This is how I got these beers. They talk a lot about their Rausch beers. The patio, it looks like they were going to make it at least 7,000 square feet. I'm pretty sure that's how big it is. With their water fountain, I don't see fire pits. It looks like they sounded like they were trying to do that. But overall, again, one of our favorites. We really like this place. Just discovering it. I don't even remember how we found it. I'm pretty sure Max looking for breweries in the area that we hadn't been to, and we kind of just stumbled upon this. So very cool. Um, Both Alyssa and Stuart actually graduated from TCU, so I thought that was kind of nice. My friend Jen went to TCU. I feel like I probably am like a little TCU adoptee because I love watching. They're like the team of everything. They just are great at sports. They're doing the baseball tournament. I believe they won the Big 12 already, and so they're playing Arkansas today in the middle of the day. How dare they, right? Come on, guys. We're still at work. Okay, next one here. Maple Branch, Whitmore Street. It's a Belgian Witbier, 4.7% by alcohol by volume. I don't know that I've had this one. It kind of looks like it's going to be the same color. It's a little bit. It gives me a little bit more of like an unfiltered look. It's a little bit more golden compared to the Monkey Business. I'll put that next to it so you guys can kind of see. Let me fill this one up a little bit. Yeah, I like this one so far from just looking at it and smelling it. So, big thing about Hefeweizens and Witbiers, they are going to be pretty similar in flavor profiles. Still going to have that spiciness. Still going to have potentially a banana flavor. Belgian Witbiers, Hefeweizens German. German Hefeweizens are going to be more banana, clove, bubblegum. Witbiers, Belgian, going to have strong spices, bready notes, a little bit maybe unfiltered, a little bit more unfiltered. Hefeweizens are going to have at least greater than 50% wheat. So I'm going to try this one again just to see if I taste bubblegum. A little bit. I really taste that clove. That clove is what I was remembering. I couldn't remember. Couldn't tell you. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh yeah, I can taste the spice. So Witbier, over strong forward spice flavor, definitely clovey, definitely bready. Which if I imagine if I was gonna drink a piece of bread, which sounds terrible, bready for sure. Okay, cool. Um, you know what? I don't know if I like the Witbier as much. I think probably because I'm comparing the two. I don't know that I've ever checked in this Whitmore Street beer. It's not bad, but after tasting my Hefeweizen and then tasting the Witbier, I can definitely taste the difference in the spice. That actually probably would be something great to do just to differentiate the two flavors and beer styles for a Cicerone exam. Let me see if I don't know if I've checked this in before. Yeah, definitely a little bit more spice on that. We're doing Whitmore Street. So, and I like that Whitmore Street. I'm gonna give this a 3.5 before I type it in and spoil it. Whitmore Street. I have not checked it in yet. Okay, cool. So looks like only 113 check-ins. It says on Untapped 4.9%, but they wrote it on the bottle. I'm gonna go by the bottle, 4.7. Their average rating is 3.78. Most people mention soapy, sweet, banana, wheat, and smooth. I've never, thank the Lord, my mom never put soap in my mouth. We had cod liver oil instead, like giant kitchen catering size spoons of cod liver oil when we were little, when we were bad. I definitely taste that finish is a little bit malty and spice. But yeah, I have not rated it yet. 3.78 for most people. I'm gonna give it a 3.5, and I'll go ahead and check it in. I'm gonna tag Mags and my brother. Taster. And Untapped at Home. Banana, not really. Wheat. I can't believe someone said it was soapy. That's so strange to me. It's a hint of malt. Boom. All right, 3.5. Whitmore. I'm going to pour it up a little bit more so you guys can see the color difference. Our last one is another one that I've had before, which is the Main Squeeze. Mags and I actually have taken our square keg to the brewery to fill it up, and we've definitely had Main Squeeze at home. So that's one cool thing about Maple Branch is they allow you to bring a growler or a crowler with you. They don't actually sell growlers or crowlers there, so it's really important that if you want to take beer home and it's not just a bottle, you're going to have to bring it yourself. So, oh yeah. So this is my Main Squeeze. It's an unfiltered, it's a hazy IPA, unfiltered, 6.8% alcohol by volume. It's a really great IPA. It reminds me of summer, honestly. Oops, I spilled a little bit. That would be Mags. That would have been Mags instead of me. All right. I'm trying to fit all these babies on my table. This table that I'm using for this episode is actually it was my table in my living room when I lived in Irving, and I just kind of repurposed it and put it in our office. And that's where I am. I'm in my office right now, so I figured it was kind of weird for me to sit at this giant table just of me, and then the dogs would have been bothering me, so I just closed them off so that I can have my episode in peace with you guys. All right, so I can't cheers myself, but I will definitely cheers you guys at the end once we finish this episode. So, oh my goodness. Oh, what is that? Let's see. Hold on. It's very aromatic. It honestly smells like a Portland, New England style IPA to me. Like, that's crazy. I forgot. I haven't had this one in a minute. Whew. What is that smell, though? It smells hoppy to me. That's what it is. It's the hop, for sure. Sometimes, and I talk to Mags about this all the time. It's like, I feel like some hops smell like weed. And this one, it doesn't. It's more subtle. But the first scent and the first the first time I smelled it just now, my first whiff was straight hop, and I was just like overwhelmed by the smell because neither of these had that. So that's hilarious. Okay, well, cool. I honestly don't know what I've rated this in the past. I'm sure I rated it pretty highly because it smells like a New England IPA. Generally, hazy IPAs are very similar to New England style IPAs because we like them opaque, we like them cloudy. This one's a little bit golden, but it's unfiltered, so it's going to be a little bit darker in color. So really cool. Ooh, I wonder if they put the IBUs on here. They did not. IBU wise, this one's pretty sweet. I would say it's juicy. It's not high IBUs. I would probably say it's probably like 20 to 30 IBUs just tasting it. It didn't scare me taking the sip in. It's got a nice finish. It's pretty fluid throughout with the flavor. I'm going to give this my main squeeze, Hazy IPA, New England style flavored IPA. It's a little warm now IPA. I didn't use my lunchbox this time because it was just me. I thought it'd be more efficient. Haha. Okay. Look at that color difference, you guys. Very cool. I'll put this way so you can see the funky Buddha. All right. Definitely trended down for color-wise, alcohol by volume-wise, and filtration-wise. So, I'm going to give it a 3.75. Let's see what I've checked it in as. My main squeeze. I gave it a 4. Cool. Okay. I would say that that's pretty close to what I would imagine it. I'm trying to be fair, though, you guys. I've talked about this multiple times. Now that we're trying all these different beers, you know what? I have to check it in again. I was about to check it in again. Oh, wow. Mags actually has not had it. He must have just never checked this in. There's no way he hasn't had it. And on Untapped, it does mention it's a New England style hazy IPA. I want to know what the IBUs are, though. There's definitely IBUs in this. There's no way that there's not any IBUs. Okay, I'm going to take a look at that, actually. Let's have a look. On Maple Branch's website, what's really nice about it is, they updated their hours. Open for lunch Friday through Sunday, 11 a.m. Open at 4 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday. So today is Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Monday. Haha. So they're not open today. And actually, we tried to go get our beers from them one Monday. And we're like, oh, shoot, they're closed. Let's see. On their website, they mentioned they actually opened in October of 2020. That was right after the pandemic, really. So they were planning for April, and they were like, nope, COVID. And then they opened in October. So let's see what beers they have on tap. They usually will update this, and it shows the date. It looks like they last updated it on May 18th, so I think that was the same menu as when we were there last. Just looking at some of their beers, Raspberry Fields is a good one. It's a blonde ale. Looks like they had a GABF bronze medal in 2022 with that beer. Climb to Glory is a good one. German Pilsner. Mags was sipping on Revere's Light a lot while we were going there last couple times. It's American Light Lager. Let's see. Here's my Monkey Business, who has won the Texas Brewers Cup Silver 2022. Love it. Oh, Pretty in Pink. So I will tell you a little bit about this, you guys. So we went to Maple Branch one afternoon, um, and somebody was talking about a beer called Pretty in Pink or something about guava, and I was like, what? And so I talked to the guy that was speaking with the lady, and I was like, hey, what's up with that guava beer? And he's like, oh, well, it's only for members. So apparently, if you're a member at Maple Branch, you get the cool cup, you pay a membership fee, but they also allow you to try the beers when they're released before anybody else tries them. So I was like, that's freaking dope. I'm super jealous. And then we got to try it the next week, so it was fine. Bavarian Classic is another one that's won a few awards. The U.S. Beer Open, they got the gold in 2022. Very cool, you guys. I don't see the My Main Squeeze on here, which I'm actually kind of surprised. Oh, just kidding, it's here. It's a blood orange hazy IPA, but they don't have the IBUs on it. Stuart, please tell me what the IBUs are. I would like to know. Let me know if I was right. I think it's about 20 to 30. It's not on their website. I'm going to complain that I didn't know and it made me sad. Now that I taste it again, yeah, I would say probably somewhere around 30 IBUs. It's not too bad. I think it's pretty crushable. I really liked it. You know, I liked all three beers I did today. I actually was the one that went and bought the beers just based on what they had, and I was like, Mags, you're not going to be happy about the selection because two of them are beers that I would like, and he would not. I really enjoy Maple Branch's beers. I think it's a really cool spot. They have TVs in there if you want to watch a game, but it's not necessarily something that's like the showcase of the brewery. So definitely visit for Oktoberfest. Definitely start carrying your steins and practicing to get that shoulder strength up. They have women's and men's challenge for the stein holding competition. So yeah, overall, great brewery. I don't think we'll not ever go there for whatever reason. Their beers are great. They've got like 25-ish beers on tap at a normal time. Merch. They have limited releases of beers. One of the beers we tried was it was like an Earl Grey beer, and it was a Witbier. So again, Mags didn't really like it. I loved it. Great. Very interesting take. I actually had a conversation with the bartender last time about it, and it was Earl Grey and lavender at no label. And I've had a couple beers that were like Earl Grey and lavender, and it just makes sense. It just makes sense, you guys. And then one of the other girls at the bar was like, oh my God, yes, I make this really great Earl Grey lavender cake. And I was like, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. I would love some of that cake. Thank you. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope it was just as fun with me by myself doing this beer tasting review of Maple Branch Brewing Company in Fort Worth, Texas. Visit it in the Foundry District. Go get some stuff at Target and head on over to Maple Branch. Go get a slice of pizza. Go get a slice of their s'mores pizza. I have not had it yet. Go get a freaking pretzel the size of your face. But yeah, it was great. Thank you so much for continuing to watch our episodes. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok to find out what's going on with our beer selections and just stuff with me and Mags. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys had a great time. Until next time, this is Beer Me Dr. V, where it's never refill too soon. I'm Dr. V. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.